Last month in my newsletter introduced a recipe section, so I thought for this month it'd be a good idea to create a corresponding video to go along with said recipe. And this month we are highlighting a martini inspired by the Samoa Girl Scout cookie. What are you going to need to make this? You are going to need 2 ounces of chocolate liqueur, 1.5 ounces of caramel vodka, 1.5 ounces of coconut rum. Most popular would be Malibu. For ingredients, you're also going to need chocolate syrup, caramel syrup, coconut, and 1 ounce of cream. So let's get into this. I'll get my martini glass. I have it chilling in the freezer. That's just a personal preference. So after you get your martini glass, what you're going to do is take the chocolate syrup and pour it onto a plate. Then take your martini glass, take the rum of it, and just dip it in the chocolate so that it coats the outer rim. And don't be shy with it, because we're going to be needing a lot of chocolate on there to kind of act as glue for the next step, and that is to take the martini glass and put it into the toasted coconut. And this doesn't have to be toasted, I just prefer to toast it prior to kind of give it more of that Samoa look and effect. So we got a nice little coating there for you. Now that the glass is garnished, let's make the martini. As I mentioned before, you are going to need 2 ounces of chocolate liqueur. Creme de coco is what I have chose here, but Godiva is a real popular option as well. So 2 ounces of that. You're also going to need 1.5 ounces of caramel vodka. And lastly, 1.5 ounces of coconut rum, as I mentioned earlier, Malibu. Now what I chose to done here is I don't really like to mix different types of liquor, so I substituted a coconut rum. This particular one is Sky Infusions. 1.5 ounces of your coconut rum or coconut vodka. And last, of course, the ounce of cream, which I have set aside. And of course, if you do not drink cream, you can use a dairy substitute, or if you want to keep it completely liqueur, there is a liqueur called Tres Leches, and that is a cream-based liqueur, and it tastes just like milk, but it's alcohol. Don't be shy when you're shaking it up. You want it really ice cold. If you have a metal shaker, this whole thing should be frosted up. And of course, last, just pour it into your martini glass. That is looking so good. Awesome. And the last thing you're going to do for this is just to garnish it a little bit more. Just take that caramel syrup, kind of put it all around the rim there, make some stripes. And what I like to do is I'll put a little bit more toasted coconut, and again, it doesn't have to be toasted, but right there on the top to garnish it. And of course, you need the Samoa cookie to top it all off and finalize that martini for you. That is looking good. Yummy! This looks so good. If you like this recipe, you want to try it for yourself, I will be posting the recipe here in the description section on YouTube. But of course, you can just watch this video all over again. Cheers! Oh, and don't forget that you can subscribe to my newsletter by going to laurenstrack.com.